Good morning, dear students. Today we discuss pointing vector and pointing theorem. Outcome: after completion of the lecture, you will be able to derive pointing theorem. Recap: Maxwell's equations for time varying fields are del dot D equal to rho v, del dot B equal to 0, del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou D, del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. Table: electric field, magnetic field, relation between field and flux density, energy, energy stored. From point form of Ohm's law, J is equal to sigma E. From vector calculus, it is a standard formula, and these formulas are useful in solving pointing theorem derivation. Now we discuss pointing vector. Energy can be transported from one point to another point by means of electromagnetic waves. The rate of such energy transportation can be obtained from Maxwell's equations. The vector product of E and H at any point is a measure of the rate of energy flow per unit area at that point, and it is given by pointing vector. Pointing vector is represented by P of Z comma T. It is the vector product of E and H. Equation 1, the units are watts per meter square. Pointing vector is also called Poynting's radiation vector or instantaneous power density. The direction of energy flow per unit area is perpendicular to E and H and in the direction of the vector E cross H. Pointing theorem. Now we start the derivation of pointing theorem from Maxwell's equations. Del cross E is equal to minus dou B by dou T, where B is equal to mu H. We get equation number 3. Del cross H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. Equation 4. Equation 4 can be rearranged as equation number 5. Dotting on both sides of equation 5 with electric field E, we get equation number 6 as E bar dot J is equal to E bar dot del cross H minus E bar dot dou D by dou D. From equation 0.6, recap equation. The above term can be simplified as follows, and this term can be simplified as follows. Equation number 7. And here epsilon dou E by dou D can be written as epsilon outside in bracket dou E by dou T. Equation number 8. Rearranging equation 8, we get equation number 9. From calculus, we have equations 10, 11 and 12. Substituting equation 10 at this term, substituting equation 11 at this term, equation 12 at this term, we get equation number 13. Bring partial differentiation outside from equation 13, we get equation number 14. Taking volume integral on both sides of equation 14, we get equation number 15. Volume integration. Applying the divergence theorem to the left hand side of equation 15. Now this term becomes closed surface integral of E bar cross H bar dot ds, equation number 16. Rewriting equation number 16 as 17, and this equation is referred to as pointing theorem. In this equation, let us consider it as first term, this as second term, this as third term. Now E cross H is the pointing vector, units are watts per meter square multiplied by the surface area. Now it becomes power. The physical significance is net power flowing out of a given surface of volume V. Second term, dou by dou t, time rate of negative sign, decrease in energy stored in electric field, energy stored in magnetic field. That is time rate of decrease in energy stored in electric and magnetic fields. Coming to the third term, it is ohmic losses. I repeat, first term, net power flowing out of a given surface of volume V. Second term, the time rate of decrease in energy stored in electric and magnetic fields. Third term, ohmic losses. Now the statement of pointing theorem is as follows. The net power flowing out of a given surface of volume V is equal to the time rate of decrease of energy stored within volume V minus ohmic losses. Summary. Pointing vector P of z comma d is equal to E cross H, units are watts per meter square. It is the equation for pointing theorem statement. Exercise 1. Write a short note on pointing vector. Exercise 2. State and prove pointing theorem. Exercise 3.